Well, sometimes all it takes is a few minor adjustments to make a world of difference in your look. And today's stylist, Michelle Renee, is here to show us another one of her fantastic makeovers. How did you meet this young gal?
Through some really great friends. She comes into the salon with them, and I got to know her that way, and it's pretty wonderful. There's Chelsea. Look
I was going to say, does she have a name?
Chelsea.
Her name is Chelsea. So this is her
Chelsea,
before.
my friend.
Let's see her after. Bing. Yay! Look at Chelsea. She looks beautiful.
You look really good on camera.
All right, so tell me what you did to Chelsea.
Okay, so we were all in the salon, and the friends, Sandy and Ashley, were talking, and they were telling her about, you know, when you want to meet people, you know, you just kind of put a little visual honey on things. So, and it just inspired me to do just a couple little light changes to soften and just bring the best of her out without changing who she is.
Right.
Can make a world of difference.
This
and
is
that's
Athena,
how
by the way.
Oh, her?
Yeah, she appeared, so I did want to talk about
and
Athena
to age her just a little bit, because she's a college student and she was still stuck in that senior of high school look.
Right.
So, you know, just to bring her more into the young woman.
Well, and what a difference, because I did notice in the last shot that we had, she had a lot of that red, you know, different two tones of hair.
Well, and it showed in that picture, but it was just like a blonde, but a very warm blonde.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I know, isn't that deceiving?
Yeah, I totally. Okay, well, what did you do to her? Because Chelsea looks beautiful.
Well, first of all, we wanted to give her a haircut, because what it was, she has beautiful hair, but it was just hanging long.
Okay.
So with her face, I wanted to show, like you always hear me say, I want to put emphasis on her beautiful features. Her eyes are gorgeous, but you couldn't get past all that long hair to see her face. So I brought it up to a length, because she loves putting it back and putting her glasses on, and she wanted hair that moves and was easy. So I gave her a very, like, traditional, long layered framing haircut.
It looks sassy.
It does.
Like she could just have so much fun with it.
She can do a lot of different things with it. And the crazy thing is we gave her some fringe. So that way when she flips her glasses over, she has a little bit of something soft on her face. And with that color, her color can look really dingy. It was that kind of mid-range blonde. And sometimes with blondes, they have an issue with their hair looking a little oily, and they want to just break that up. I chose the lighter pieces of baby blonde to put in there to give her that kind of brightness that she needs, and it'll also help her out too for not looking really oily at the end of the day.
So the darker pieces that we're seeing in her hair, that's
her natural.
Okay.
I didn't do any of those.
The blonde is
All
awesome.
we did was put the blonde in, and just to give her that bright look, that just like, I'm ready for summer.
Right, so it's not going to be like such a huge upkeep that you have to go in and put the darker and the lighter. We're just highlighting it a little bit.
And it kind of does that really controlled damage, so she has some extra body to her hair, which is really important.
Oh, we don't have a mic for Chelsea. Maybe, you know what, maybe we'll get a stick mic and we're going to talk to you in a second. I'll just ask you some questions.
That's
She was hoping you wouldn't do that.
Oh, she was hoping I wouldn't do that. Well, we'll just see how I'm feeling in a few minutes.
Exactly.
All right, Zathina, what did you do with her makeup?
Well, first of all, I was so excited when I saw the blonde, because it is so pretty. And if you notice her eyes, she has the most intensely beautiful green eyes that now we can see. If you want to go ahead and peek straight ahead. Her eyebrows in her before shot, I don't know if you noticed, but they were pretty thick.
Okay.
They were, they were so thick that I thought it would take me 2 times to get them shaped properly, but she was a trooper. She didn't flinch. She was really good.
She didn't scream or kick you like I do?
Nope. She was so much better than you. But we waxed, we tweezed, we trimmed, we got her brows all right. Yeah, so you can see, you don't see her eyes. All you see is that straight across brow. And so by shaping her brows, it made such a difference. You could see her pretty eyes. And she's young and she doesn't have a lot of time, so she doesn't need a lot of makeup. So by shaping up her brows, it just changes everything for her. If we can see her again now, and you could really see how, you know, we took quite a bit out of her brows, and they look wonderful.
I'm
but
sure
her
she's
eyes
just
are more
loving you
focused.
saying that. They did almost look like caterpillars. Sorry, Chelsea.
That was worse.
Okay.
But for at home, if you want to change your brows, there's a few simple guidelines that can be general for most people. If you take a brush or a pencil and you hold it alongside your nose and straight up, it should kind of go right over that tear duct. That's where your brows there should be nothing in between there. And then if you hold alongside your nose and go straight over the iris, that should be the highest point of the arch. And then alongside your nose, out the outer edge of the eye, there should be nothing.
Oh, that's a great
There should be
tip.
nothing lower than that, but also you should be able to at least draw your brows out that far.
Do you recommend people doing their own brows, or only if you're really good at it?
You know, I usually try to we have a lot of brow rehab clients that come in. I try to shape them and show them how we're either going to be growing them in or how we're going to reshape them for them, and then I give them some tips on how to take care of them at home, and then come and see me about every 4 to 6 weeks, or sometimes you can push it to 8 weeks, depending upon how fast you grow, and that's all you need because you can maintain them in between.
Right. I know we're spending a lot of time on the brows, but it does make such a difference in your face.
And that was the big thing for her.
Okay, what about, how did you do her? It doesn't look like Chelsea wears a lot of makeup, so you'd have to keep it pretty light.
I kept it pretty simple on her. For her eyes, she has amazing lashes. It's like not even funny how amazing they are. But she was wearing a lot of black eyeliner. So instead of doing black and her eyes are green, I went with midnight. Midnight blue and green makes green pop.
Can you shut your eyes, Chelsea, so we can see what she did?
So I did the midnight liner right across the outer edge of her eye, and when she opens her eye, I did it. Go ahead and open for me. The outer half of her eye, but then I smudged it with my finger. So she still gets the feel of the darker liner, but instead of being black, it's more updated and softer.
So it's like a darker blue, but you smudged it to soften it up.
Right. Okay. Yes, so it's a midnight blue. Her eyes, I did 2 shadows. I did a slightly darker one on the outer edge of her eye called Africa in a plum color, which again makes green pop. And then I did a lighter one on the inside, Juno, which is a soft pink. Her lips, she's really dry and chapped. A lot of people are right now. And one of the quick little tips is instead of doing lipstick, which would be, you would see the dead, dry skin, take a lip gloss and put it on your lips first, and then do gloss on top of it. And what that does is it'll soften the application of the gloss. And it helps
with the liner too. That's what I've been doing.
Right.
I happen to be doing it, and it makes the lip liner go on easier.
It does, and it also will help to heal her lips. It'll help to heal them at the same time. So that's all I did for color. I did do a little bit of a cream blush because a cream blush can go on a lot smoother, and it melts with the skin quite nicely, so it looks very natural on our cheeks.
All right, Chelsea, I said I was just going to depend how I felt, so I'm coming over. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it looked like you sort of had a routine with your makeup. How's your new routine?
Good, I like it a lot.
You do?
Yeah.
And do you feel like sassy, like we were talking about with the hair? Because it looks like you could do so much more with it now.
Absolutely.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
No? Okay, lady? Or no? I mean, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. Here's our new sassy girl, Chelsea. Am I totally embarrassing you?
It's all good.
Yeah. All right. Well, Michelle, Renee, and Zathina, thank you guys so much. Can we just see the before and after real quick? I just want to see the before, and then we'll go back to the after, because the hair and the makeup, such a difference, especially the hair.
And she looks like a college student now.
Right.
Yes. Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, you do look like a teeny bopper there, but now more mature and beautiful.
Yeah.
And still you.
Yeah,
exactly.
And still her. The color is awesome.
All right, you guys, thank you for coming in and having fun with us. We always have fun with you guys in the makeup room an hour before. We just laugh. It's so much fun. All right, so we are going to...
dancing.
Oh, we don't give away our secrets.
Andy was dancing.
All right, we are going to have all of Michelle, Renee, and Zathina's contact information on SonoraandLiving.com. You're not supposed to say it. What happens in the makeup room stays in the makeup room.